Hey, you guys, how's it going? I have not been on this platform in a minute. So, hi, it's been a minute. How is your September? How is life? How are things going in this space over here? I have really been focusing on a different platform because if you didn't catch my last live or you've missed the last few of my videos, I did do a video explaining my analytics and why I chose to move to a different platform. So I spent months on this platform trying to build unsuccessfully. And I was playing around on a different platform. And somehow, some way, I was getting all of my traffic and all of my sales from that other platform. And so that told me that I needed to pack it up and take my energy over there and serve my audience. And so that's what I've been doing. And I'm blown away. Sometimes I'm just like, is this even real life? Like, is this even real life? It is insane to me how much my business has grown in such a short time. And one thing that has made that possible is magnetic messaging. Like crafting your message so good for your target audience that it makes them feel like you are speaking directly to them. So when you post a video or you post some written content or you send an email and your audience gets it and they're just like, wow, it felt just like you were speaking to me, and it draws them in. That's what I mean when I say magnetic messaging. Okay. So how do you do that? What is magnetic messaging? How do you do it? So let's get into that. Okay. I love talking about things that push your business and propel your business, because I try to market from a place of pull, not push. And that is what has made this business, so enjoyable for me and so doable. Is I am speaking in a way that draws people in, and that people message me and ask me how to work with me, or they'll message me and ask me, if I have certain, a particular course or a particular guide that they want to get from me. And that was not the case on this platform. So why am I here? Why am I over on TikTok if this isn't the platform for me? Okay, simple. I'll explain really quick. So basically, I still will come over here and I will create my live streams. I will download my live streams and then I will upload them to a platform like Opus Clips. If you know what Opus Clips is, it's great. If you don't, basically what it is it's an AI platform. It takes your content and does all the editing for you, and it uses AI to grade your clips, to basically rate them on things that are shareable, likable, and things like that, and it spits them back out to you with your captions already done for you. And I use that to upload to YouTube or other platforms for content. So at the same time, I'm still slowly building on this platform and repurposing the content on the platforms where my audience is. So that's why, but it makes sense. It makes sense to me and it's working for me. So if you are not having success on this platform, that's, just an idea. Look at your analytics, go into your store. I don't have Stan Store, I have Beacons. So I can't really speak on if Stan Store gives you the analytics. I'm sure that they do. But Beacons tells me exactly where everyone is coming from and exactly like how much time they're spending in my store, what they're purchasing, all of the things. And it's helped me so much to be able to position myself in a way that's serving the people that want my content. So pay attention to your analytics. And if TikTok is slow for you, then go where your people are and just come over here to build slowly by doing, an occasional video, an occasional live stream. Because if your message is crafted the way that speaks to the people that you want to connect with, you'll grow. Regardless if it's slow or not, you'll grow. So, okay, magnetic messaging. Let's talk about how to make sure that you're doing it and doing it correctly. So by the end of this live, I want you to know how to speak directly to your audience. And I want you to feel confident that you have learned how to craft your message, okay? So magnetic messaging is all about, crafting your words just in a way that sparks interest, because you really want people to lean in to what you're talking about, okay? So you want to build an emotional connection. And you can't do that by saying, like, let's just talk about a shirt. Like maybe you went to Walmart yesterday and you bought a red shirt. Would you say, I bought a red shirt from Walmart yesterday, when you called your friend? Or would you say, girl, I got this unbelievably, what's the word I'm looking for? I was going to say cardinal red. Yeah. So I got this cardinal red shirt. It is so bright. It's so vivid. And you would give like a description of the shirt, like the material, how you felt when you put it on, how cute you looked, all of that. And your friend would be like, oh my God, let me send show me a picture of the shirt, because you put your emotion in it and you were descriptive. That is so much different than just saying you got a red shirt at the store. You would have to say, this red shirt was this, this particular color, this particular fit. I put it on. I felt so cute. This is what I'm wearing to whatever. That would get her interested in that shirt more so than just saying that you got a red shirt. I mean, that was a terrible, terrible example. I don't even know where that came from. That was just so random. But basically, like, that's the gist of it. But we're going to get more into it, okay? So it doesn't matter what you promote. It doesn't matter if you're promoting your coaching, if you're promoting a digital product, if you're promoting an MRR course, whatever it is, you are in a very crowded marketplace online. So you have to be able to speak to people with the messaging that they are going to respond to. So there's a few key elements of magnetic messaging. And if you have a pen and paper, write this down. I'm going to write it down for you guys, just in case some people jump on and I have to re-enter it later. I'm going to write it down for you guys too as we go, because it's important and you need to know these things. So number one, write this down. You want to know your audience, like, deeply. You want to know what keeps them up at night. You want to know the things that they are stressed out about. You want to know what it is that they are constantly thinking about, the problems that they need to solve, like, right away. Like, for me, before I started this business, my issue was my son needed medical care. He needed holistic, like, from a naturopath, something that insurance would not pay for. And that was keeping me up at night. Like, how am I going to afford this? How am I going to pay for all of these tests? How am I going to, get him to this doctor for this particular thing? That was the problem. That's what I needed a solution for. The solution was a way to earn that type of money from home. So it's very easy for me to speak to other moms who are dealing with a child that needs health care that isn't covered by insurance. So that's one way. Like, that's one of my content buckets that I can craft my message from. So basically, you're showing people that you get them because you're speaking to their struggles. You understand? So not only are you speaking to their struggles, but you're giving them a solution. So you speak in solution-oriented language, and you talk about how you found the solution, what your offer is that can also potentially give them that same solution. What problem do you solve? So you have to know your audience through and through and through. And let's write this down really quick too. So know your audience is number one. Number two is craft an irresistible hook. So if you don't know what that is, that's just something that people refer to. It's what stops your scroll. When you're on social media and you see something that you're like, ooh, what's that? That piques your interest. That's a really good hook because it got you to stop with all the billions of people that are on social media. You stop to see what that one particular person had in their hook. And when you're crafting your hook, you want to start strong. Like, what's something that you could say? For let's just on the fly right now, a hook that you could you want to tap into like feelings of excitement or fear or sadness. So it needs to be emotional. You could say something like, are you tired of feeling invisible online? Or maybe you're into weight loss and maybe you could be like, are you tired of carrying those extra pounds? Are you tired of not being able to fit into your clothes? Like things like that, to where you talk about an emotion and you speak to the problem. You speak to one of their problems that they're having. I really hope my phone doesn't die. Are you kidding me? I don't even have my charger over here. But so, all right. So know your audience, craft an irresistible hook. You want to do this in a way that taps into their emotions. So write that down. Tap into their emotions. And you need to do it in a way that is storytelling, because when you're storytelling, you are establishing an emotional connection with your audience and you're not being salesy. You're not like an infomercial. Don't be an infomercial, you guys. Every time I come to this platform, every single time I come to this platform, it's one of the reasons why, like, I I had to shift, but like I can just scroll and it's like infomercial after infomercial after infomercial, where I see people sharing their offer and they're talking about all the benefits of their offer. They're talking about all of the potential for the money that you can make with their offer. They're hyping it up. They're talking about X amount of dollars per day and things like that. That is not what you want to do. Basically, no one likes a salesman. Can we all agree on that? And no one wants to. We love to buy. People love to buy, but we don't like being sold to. And so you don't want to be that person that's like talking about the modules and talking about nobody cares. Nobody cares how many pages your guide has. Nobody cares how many modules are in your course. Nobody cares about any of that. What they care about is the transformation that they're seeking. What they care about is what your offer can do for them. Okay, so that's the stuff that you want to speak to. That's the stuff that draws people in, and they don't really care about what it is that you have and the details about it or the name of it or any of that. They just want to know that what you have is going to be the solution to the problem that they have. So I found something which was basically, digital products and master resale rights to start with. I create my own stuff now, and I'm about to do so much more cool stuff. Like this has opened so many doors for me, but I help moms start by doing MRR and PLR. Why? Because if you're a busy mom like me and all of this entire online space is completely intimidating to you because you've never done anything like this before, so you have zip for experience, you're clueless. It was very easy for me to come in and get a program or a course or a guide or whatever it is that I choose to work with that was completely done for me, where all I had to do was figure out my back end as far as setting up payment information, putting it in a Beacon store or a Stand store, and bringing traffic to it, like just marketing it, learning how to build relationships, make myself visible, and market on this platform or whatever platform I'm on that day. That's all I had to do. So this gave me the opportunity to already have a product, to learn from that product, to be able to implement the things that I learned from that product. And then, in my downtime, I was able to learn Canva. I was able to learn how to create products. I was able to learn how to, from scratch, even how to, basically I got to learn my audience. I got to learn what people were looking for. I got to see gaps in the marketplace, to see what needed to be created, what wasn't out there that needed to be out there. And something that I see right now, that I see people buying course after course after course after course, and still thousands of dollars later saying that they're not having any success. They're just stuck and they don't know what to do next. That is a problem. That is a huge problem, because it's on a large scale. No one should be spending that amount of money on that many courses and still not knowing how to move forward in this business. Okay. So that is something that I am aiming to do something to change. I'm trying to, bring something together that's going to change that, because I feel like there's so much of the what. Everybody tells you what to do, but they don't tell you how to do it. And that is where I have shifted my message, and I have started telling people the how, because that's so important. I mean, I want people to win in this space. I want people to be successful in this space. How can they, if no one is showing them how to do it, how to move through social media, how to start these conversations, how to craft their message? But then, I can't make people show up and implement either. I can't do that. But what I can do is I can offer an hour each morning to bring a group together where we work together for an hour online on a Zoom or in a space or something like that, to where we can implement together. That serves two purposes. It serves as a teaching moment. It serves as a body double moment. If you don't know what that is, I have ADHD, and a body double is something that's very popular in our community. That's just what they call it. It sounds weird, but for a perfect example would be, if you've got 3 pounds of laundry, or 30 pounds of laundry, whatever, at the foot of your bed that's been there for a week, and you don't want to fold it, but you would if you just had somebody to come sit with you. Not that you need their help or anything like that, but just to sit and be with you. Something about ADHD people, it helps them just to have another body present in the room. That's why a lot of them will have the TV on with the background noise, or a lot of us will turn on the music or be listening to something as we do something. I am the worst for listening to something as I'm doing the dishes or folding clothes or whatever I do. I've always got some educational stuff playing in my ear. So I'm doing a few tasks at once, because it helps to regulate, I guess, for a lack of better explanation. So anyway, I'm coming up with things to help people move in this space that are feeling like they're not getting what they need out of the courses that they've spent money on, or they're not getting what they need out of the mentor that is in their space, things like that. So anyway, okay, so we said, know your audience, craft your irresistible hook, tap into their emotions, examples of magnetic messaging. I want to pull some good ones up really quick. I know I have some in a file. I want to give you guys some really strong examples of magnetic messaging, because this is really important that you get this, and I don't have a lot of time to just come up with them on the fly. Let me see. Okay, here's one. Okay, for a social media post, and that's hard, because when you're posting on social media, your stuff is in a sea of the billions of other people. So you really, really have to think about your content, like not post just to post, but really think about your content and who it's meant for and who you're trying to reach. So this one says, feel like your content is getting lost in the noise. Let's change that. I'm revealing my top 3 tips for crafting messages that demand attention. Are you ready? Would that get your attention? I mean, if you were struggling with messaging, wouldn't that get your attention? Likely, right? So that's what I mean when I say magnetic messaging. Or if you don't know what copy is, a lot of people that are new in the space, that when they hear that term, they don't know. But like basically when you're writing your copy, that's basically like, writing your post. You're crafting your message in a sense that it's called, that's what copywriters do. So we call it copy. So this one says, stop wasting time on copy that doesn't convert. This simple tweak will change the game. I mean, that's a powerful message. So that would probably get your attention. Here is an example for, okay, so this is like for an ad. Tired of spinning your wheels with 0 sales? Learn the secrets of writing magnetic copy that brings in clients starting today. So those are just a couple of examples, but basically what you want to do is you just really, really want to speak to them on an emotional level. So I'm going to give you guys like a personal example of mine. Like I do work with women that have ADHD. I do work with a lot of moms that have children that are on the spectrum, as do I. And, but it's not like a business thing for me yet. So this is basically what I've been doing, is bringing moms in to master resale rights and private label rights to help them get in this space so that they can learn all the things and start creating their own offers. So things that I do is I speak to the struggles that I know they're having, and I speak to the struggles that I had when I first started. And when I first started, like one of my main struggles was not having community, not having anyone to powwow with, not having anyone to compare notes to. Basically just teaching myself, learning on my own, and being unsure of basically everything. And so I speak to those issues, and I'll say something like, tired of second guessing yourself, stuff like that. So I'll start off with the problem and lead into the solution. And when you get really, really good at speaking to your audience and only your audience, you're going to see a shift in if you started from I didn't start from a new page on one platform. So this is specifically what I'm talking about. If you start from a brand new page, you're going to attract the people that you want on your page. So it's going to help you attract the quality of the audience members that you want. Now, I started on a page where I had family, friends, people that I've known my entire life. This is a page from 2011. So like there's, a mix of people. When I started speaking to my audience in particular, I noticed a shift. And what was happening is that my follower count would go down, and then it would go up and go down and then go up and go down and then go up. And then it started consistently going up. And why is that? It's because when you are attracting the people that you are wanting to speak to, you're repelling the people that you don't want to speak to. So I hear people tell me they get discouraged by that. They're like, but I started speaking to my audience and my follower account's going down. No, it's not. It's leveling out. We're not meant to speak to everyone. So let them leave, because those aren't your people. Speak to the people that you want to speak to and watch them come in, because word of mouth gets around, and you will be speaking to the audience that you want to speak to if you continue with your message. Now, do you have to talk about the same thing all the time? No, and this is why. I actually just helped someone with this today, and this is called content buckets, content pillars, whatever, your term is. So basically you have your offer, and let's just go with one main offer right now. Like maybe you have a big course that has master resale rates that you've invested in. So that's your primary offer. So how do you create content that's not always just about that offer that's relatable to your audience. So what you do is you come up with content pillars or content buckets, and you create, like, I would say no less than 5. Some people do 6, 7, 8, no more than 8, no less than 5. And you want to write things down that you are super, super passionate about, okay? It could literally be as far away from digital marketing as gardening, okay? It does not have to be related to your business, but there's a way to bridge that into your business. And let's just, since that is an extreme example, let's just roll with it. So if it was gardening that you were really into, how would you talk about that and bring it into your business? Well, if you were working from home because of this business, wouldn't you have much more time to garden? Wouldn't you be spending more time in your garden, growing your whatever, your fruits, vegetables, flowers, whatever? Well, you would video that, use it as B-roll footage. You would take pictures of, whatever it is that just bloomed or grew or that you picked, and translate that freedom that you have and the ability to spend that time doing that back to the quality of life that you now have from the freedom that you've gained from your business that you work at home now, right? So you would basically do that with anything. The reason for Digital Dominion is because my son was injured by a vaccine, and he was, had all these different issues when he was very small. And I just knew that I wasn't going back to work, and that was just the way that it was going to be, that he needed a stay-at-home parent. And in order to be able to afford that and afford the healthcare route that I wanted to take for him, I had to find something that I could do from home that would replace the income that needed to be replaced, and hopefully, grow into something even more than that, which is exactly what has happened. And I'm able to do the things that I'm able to do for him because of this business. So I can speak freely about how I feel about vaccines and how much I hate them and why, and how that ties into my business. So that's something that I'm passionate about, that I'm learning about every day, that I'm helping my child with, but it is also relatable to my offer. So all of your content buckets, you can bridge back to your main offer. And you will notice as time goes on, you will notice what content buckets are you pulling from that your audience responds to the most. And whatever those content buckets are, those are the ones that you can repurpose the content that's responded to the most, or you can just keep pulling from those particular content buckets. But you might have to tweak things as you go, because you'll see, like, maybe you picked, let's just say you went with 5, and maybe there's 2 out of those 5 that you're getting like no engagement on, that no one seems interested in. And even though that might be your passion, your audience doesn't want to hear about it. So that's when you shift and you pivot and you choose 2 new content buckets, because that's a thing that I see a lot of people doing, is they're talking about what they want to talk about. They're talking about things that matter to them, and they're not taking into consideration what their audience wants to hear. If you're not speaking to your audience and giving your audience what they want, you're not going to have an audience. So that's just one thing. It's, you have to find that balance. You have to find the balance of the things that you're into, but that your audience is into as well, if that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, please ask, let me know. Questions, anybody? If anyone has been using magnetic messaging in your offers, please tell me. I would love to see some examples of what you've been doing, messages that you've been using. If you want to show me any of your messages and get any feedback, I would love to see them. And something that you can't forget, you cannot forget to end your messaging with a powerful call to action. What's a call to action? What in the world is a call to action? Like this right here. Like before I end this live, I'm going to offer you to take a look at my clearance in my store because everything's $5. That would be a call to action. Everything's $5 in my store because it's all going. It's all leaving. So it's like I'm completely redoing my store and putting all new products in there. So everything that I have that the power to discount is $5. So you can't sell unless you're making your offer, right? You have to put your offer in front of people. You cannot be upset about people not showing up for a party that you never invited them to. How are they going to buy from you if you don't make the offer? That's not like being salesy to invite someone into your offer, okay? So make sure every single day that you are inviting people to take a look at what you have. And as long as your messaging is good and you're telling them what problem it can solve and how it can help them, that's not being salesy. That is the correct way to make an offer to people, okay? So you want to use benefit-driven language. Tell them what it's going to do for them. Is it going to increase their leads by a certain percentage? Is it going to cause them to be more productive in less time? That's benefit-driven language. So there is a 2 I think it's 2 hours, 2 hours and some, because there's 2 separate parts to this masterclass. So you have the magnetic messaging, and then you have like a 20-minute faceless module. Because if you choose to go faceless, you have to understand that you're really, really going to have to step up your messaging, because you are going to be trying to connect with people without any emotions from your face, your personality. They're not going to be able just to see you on camera and connect with you and have a conversation with you like you guys can right now, right here. So if you choose to go faceless, which I don't recommend, because I get it when people have a job and they have to do it that way because they're not allowed to have extra things or whatever, or if somebody just can't put their face on the internet for whatever reason. I get why some people have to, but if you don't have to and you can work this business face forward and actually build relationships and connect with people in this way, I highly recommend it, because for me anyways, being able to connect like this, like after I started going live and after I started creating videos, that is when my business really, really, really started to do an uptick, okay? Because it builds trust when people can actually see you and you're visible on more than one platform. People can connect with you. People can see how other people engage with you. And it's your vibe. People pick up on your vibe, and people can tell, like people can see right through the BS. Don't think that they can't. Like, you really cannot come on this platform and convince people of something that you're not convinced of. So there was once a time that I promoted a product that I did not believe in, that I was not aligned with, and it ate at me every single day, and it showed in my content. You could tell. No one ever said anything to me, but I know they could tell. Like, it was obvious. I don't have like a poker face, and it was the first offer that I had ever bought. It was the first program I was ever in. It was like, I kind of felt stuck. I felt like I've just spent all of this money and this offer, I have to promote it. I don't have a choice. Now what? Now what? Now what? No, you don't. No, you don't. You're not stuck. Even if you have to create your own offer, do not promote something that you are not 100% in alignment with, that you don't believe in, and don't promote something that isn't going to help people. My phone was overheating. All right, you guys, I'm going to jump off of here. If you really need some help with how to get your, work your message, tweak your message, make your message magnetic, let me know in the comments. Send me a message. I will help you. It's a powerful masterclass, and you can watch it time and time again, as you will have forever access to it. And you will get something new from it every time you watch it, because the way our brain works, we can't consume 2 hours worth of content and just remember it all. It's just not possible. Not in today's time with, the way our attention shifts from thing to thing in just seconds. So let me know. I will get it to you. It is not MRR. It is not PLR. However, it does come with an affiliate offer where you can make 75% of your sales. So you can resell it. And if this speaks to you and you want to improve your messaging and increase your sales, this is one way to do it. So, all right, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.